Hello. I'm Shay, and I'm really excited that I get to share my story with this great community. I was born into a Christian home, but never really understood what it meant to have a personal relationship with Jesus. My journey with God really started in grade 6 when I first went to a summer camp. There was one night where instead of the normal teach, there was only worship, and it was there where I first felt God's presence, and I started to understand that God was somebody that I could know on a personal level. And after this encounter, I thought my life would be perfect and everything would be easy for me, and for that summer, it was. After that, in the 7th grade, I fell into a dark spot. I was either mad or sad all the time, and I didn't know how to deal with it. This went on for another year and a bit, and I learned how to hide my emotions pretty well. I always felt like I wasn't good enough for God and started praying and reading my Bible less until I just stopped thinking about Him completely. I heard about a trip I could go on in the spring later on in grade 8 called SOAR, and there were a lot of people saying that I should go. Over spring break this year, I went on the trip to the inner city to help out at a church and drop-in center. I was hoping that I could learn more about God and who He really is and learn how I could help other people, but also myself. There, we played with the kids, put on plays, and made sandwiches for the people who went there. There was a church where we ate and had our own worship and teach. During one of the worship times, I saw one of my friends being filled with the Holy Spirit, and he just broke down and started to cry. I didn't really know how to help him, so I kind of just stood to the side awkwardly and just watched as people comforted him and were helping him. But after a while, I bent down, putting a hand on his back, when I felt an overpowering feeling. I could tell that it was the Holy Spirit, and I could literally feel Him taking away all the bad feelings and everything I hated about myself. I was just about to get back up when I looked to the side and noticed two people I never saw before consoling me, and immediately I started to cry again. Later on that week, I learned their names and we became friends. From them, I realized that stepping out of your comfort zone helps others more than I ever believed. Later on in the week, we were doing workshops, and I chose to go to the room where we could just collect our thoughts or pray. And I was sitting down trying to figure out what was happening to me when a girl walked up to me. She said that God told her to come and talk to me, and she wrote me a note. It was then that I realized that God had a plan for me and that I wanted to fulfill it. 1 Peter 2:9 says, "But you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare the praises of Him who called you out of the darkness and into His wonderful light." God called me out of the darkness and chose me to fulfill His plan, and I want to live for Him and spread His good word. I'm getting baptized today to show that I have fully dedicated my life to Jesus and that I want to fulfill His plan for me.
Thank you so much, Shay.